LeBron because he was literally the most valuable player on the team that went to the NBA Finals.
I think it'd be.
It's tough to say it should. It could be anyone but LeBron after that. I mean, he literally just carried them there. But Anthony Davis also, has been a complete monster. So I see the argument for him.
You take him off the Pelicans; they're a G League team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Harden really should be considered at this point. He's good, but I don't think he's the most valuable player.
He clearly wasn't even the most valuable player on his team. The Rockets could have won that series against Golden State had Chris Paul not been hurt.
True.
It's true.
I mean, when James Harden was out, they were fine. Chris Paul out? Nope. Done. Done.
Sink the ship.
Oh, man. So do we all agree we think LeBron's going to be the MVP?
I think it'd be hard to argue against at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So going from one MVP to another.
Oh, God.
In order to be an MVP, you have to have support from fan bases other than your own. On Monday, Mark Wahlberg made a bold yet intelligent prediction that Baker Mayfield would end up being Tom Brady's successor. Wahlberg, an avid Patriots fan, is championing for Baker Mayfield to replace one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And that is why Baker Mayfield is your 2017 or 2018-2019 NFL MVP. Oh, that was
oh, God.
That was a mouthful. Can you believe that? Mark Wahlberg thinks that Baker Mayfield should be the replacement for Tom Brady when Terrific Tom decides to call it a career, which hopefully is soon. Jesus. I'm not even a Jets fan. All right. So going from MVP to the MVT, our most valuable tweet of the week, we got some really good ones here. I got quite a few, and I'm sorry, but there's going to be a lot of non-sports related stuff in these tweets just because of the extremely awesome levels of trolling. First one, though, at Sack Sports Blog, at Sack Sports, that's SAKSPORTS. Regarding Dan Gilbert / LeBron, you don't try to woo your superstar to stay on the hashtag Cavaliers by saying you can win without him, especially when it's an outrageous statement. Sounds like fighting words from someone who already knows he's already lost.
That's called that's what I like to call murdered by words, and factual as well.
Absolutely factual. My God, what I don't know. He sounds like Trump right now. We can win without him. We'll be fine. That's not true. That is a lie. That's a downright lie, Dan Gilbert, and you know that. We know you have a big head because you own a company called Fathead, and it's literally a representation of your ego. All right? But it is completely asinine and ludicrous to think that Dan Gilbert actually believes the Cavaliers can compete without LeBron James.
Yeah, this is pretty,
What?
Yeah,
it's
just,
speechless.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's had a hard night of drinking, but when you start talking about stuff like that, that's just, wow, you didn't even think that through.
No, apparently not. Oh, man. Yeah, Dan Gilbert. I want to interview Dan Gilbert and see if we can get the interview on our show. Which, by the way, I've been tweeting a lot more wrestling stuff, and there's this really awesome guy who used to wrestle named Greg DeMarco. And hopefully...
What was his alias?
I don't know.
He went by Greg DeMarco.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to dig a little deeper.
Okay.
But he's been tweeting all this really funny stuff. If you like wrestling, follow Greg DeMarco on Twitter. Hilarious. You will love it. All right?
Definitely.
All right. The next sports tweet comes from Caitlin Collins at Caitlin Collins. Dennis Rodman has arrived in Singapore. Spotted by CNN at baggage claim in the airport. Why? Why? Like, I know the answer to this question. I just don't understand the reasoning. Dennis, why? And then he shows up to a press conference wearing a MAGA hat.
Yeah, but what else is he doing these days? Pretty much.
I don't know. He's got his potcoin.com and whatnot going on. just use your weed cryptocurrency website and just leave it at that. Like, don't get involved in politics. This is why the rest of the world already thinks we're a joke.
I mean,
if I know one thing, it's that Dennis Rodman is an arbiter of peace. All right, he is the bridger of gaps.
I mean, he is the only American to get as close to North Korea as anybody else, and is able to live to tell about it.
Okay. Except for James Franco and Seth Rogen. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Interview, but it was funny.
The documentary.
Yeah, the documentary. But, Dan, I just don't... I can't take that comment you made seriously. I know you were joking. The arbiter of peace?
He goes over and, play basketball a little bit. And
we're talking... Fun fact.
He doesn't like sports.
Fun fact, and we might get sued for this, but Dennis Rodman once called the police on Carmen Electra because she physically abused him.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Domestic abuse is not a funny subject. We do not take domestic abuse lightly. It is not something that we condone.
Just too much sugar.
What I think really separates it is the fact that he is a giant human being, and I can't take anything he says seriously. He could tell me his name is Dennis Rodman, and I would question him. He's that far gone, in my opinion, his mentality. So, again, domestic abuse, not a funny subject. We do not condone it. And if you happen to be listening and you are the victim of domestic abuse, definitely get help. Okay? But Dennis Rodman in North Korea trying to help the president, El Presidizzle, as some might say, try and negotiate peace between the most unpeaceful country on earth and the Russian puppet. So...
Good minimum.
Yeah.
I guess.
So the next tweet.
Anything goes.
Speaking of El Presidizzle, Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump tweeted fair trade. To which at Fiverr Rings, that's rings with a Z, retweeted McDonald's receives Lonzo Ball. Lakers receive 4-piece nuggets, small fry, and small high C with no ice. In response to fair trade. Oh man, I knew you guys would like that with the with the Lon's goat.
I was almost gonna think, are they making like a action figure toy for like the Happy Meal, and then you finish that? I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, okay. Who doesn't like a Happy Meal in exchange?
Exactly. You get a goat for a Happy Meal.
Exactly.
The next...
Now I just have to see at the end of next season if that actually is still fair trade, but as we say, time will tell.
Exactly. The next one's not sports related, but it is hilarious. At Solo U City, which is Tony X, he's got the little blue check. Mm-hmm. So at Wendy's, you just going to let IHOB sell burgers on your block? Thought you were the OG. Wendy's responded, not really afraid of the burgers from a place that decided pancakes were too hard.
Yeah. Wendy's did flame grilling, but damn.
Seriously, Wendy's is on point. Loved it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's the best one I think you got so far.
Seriously.
It's like, oh, you guys can't. What's so hard about making pancakes? Shit.
Yeah, we're not worried about burgers from a place that decided pancakes were too hard.
Yeah. And, be honest with you, I've, frequented IHOP restaurant many a times, and I've never really ever thought to get anything for lunch. I want IHOP, I'm going for breakfast. It's like, come on.
Right, you even included our trips to IHOP in your best man speech at my wedding.
Absolutely. Well, at the time being it was, and then, things change.
Things do change.
But literally, I was looking at that all week. I'm like, okay, they're flipping the P upside down. What the hell is this about?
I thought breakfast. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And they could do a campaign. We're so much more than pancakes or something like that.
Yeah.
I gotta imagine that's what everyone thought, and now they're just like, nah, burgers.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
I've been seeing so many things on Twitter like IHOB, International House of Bad Decision, International House of Bad Marketing, International House of blah, things like that.
It's a one-day event is what it came down to, right? And then it's back to normal.
I have no idea, but regardless, in what world are burgers, are they doing, I don't even know where it came from.
It's like the time when KFC did grilled chicken. You remember that? Set a number of years ago, and it was like
Kentucky Grilled.
Yeah, KGF too.
Yeah.
Or KGC.
KGC.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember. It was good.
Yeah. But I advocate, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I wasn't a really big fan of that whole IHOP thing, but yeah, do what you gotta do, I guess.
Do what you gotta do. Moving on, the Philadelphia Phillies. Their official Twitter tweeted, "We have a big announcement," with the eye emoji looking over. And it's a GIF of the blue background, red and white logo. It says Phillies with the line underneath it. And the P on Phillies flips upside down to make a B. Everyone's just mocking IHOP right now.
Hey, everyone's got IHOP on their mind though, so
right.
Maybe it's not the worst marketing ever, just the second worst.
Yeah, could be worse. You're right. Could be like when Coke made that new Coke.
Oh, remember that? Yeah.
Terrible.
Coke 2 or whatever.
Yeah. This one I think is probably my favorite. FP Santangelo, whose name is @FightinHydrant. I love that. This is the best thing ever. And it was a video of the Washington Capitals celebrating the Stanley Cup victory. Keith Olbermann chimed in, "They beat an expansion team." To which PFT commenter, @PFT commenter, decided to chime in and say, "Yeah, well, Great Britain lost to an expansion team in 1776, sir. Have you no decorum or capacity for patriotism, sir? Resign, sir." Oh, it makes a good point. All right, we got two more. UMBC Athletics tweeted, "No, we are not changing our name to University of Maryland Burger College." And Whataburger, @Whataburger, tweeted, "As much as we love our pancakes, we'd never change our name to What a Pancake." So those are your sports tweets of the week, and not so sports tweets of the week.
Taking a roast.
Absolutely. So moving on now, quick little segment. I want to talk about the NBA draft. The NBA draft is the 21st, so that's a week from tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And the Phoenix Suns have the first pick. So, Dan O'Shea, who do you think is the best player in the draft? who do you think deserves to go number one overall?
I still think it's Luka